keep in mind when you're working on the reselling business, and that is money has a need for speed. Money loves speed. What do we mean by that? Money likes to move. If you have money sitting in a bank, it's not working for you. Only money in movement can work for you. Money loves speed. The more speed you give money or your assets, the more it will work for you. What does that mean? There's a perfect example in the world of eBay, and that is whenever you get an offer, maybe you'll get a counter offer. Anytime you find yourself thinking, I think I'll wait just a little longer, I think I can do a little better than that, then you've just waited too long. Anytime you think, I think I'm going to hold off on this offer, it's just a little too low, you need to take that offer. I have been doing this far more recently, and actually over the last year or so I did a video for you on accepting offers, taking lower prices, moving your goods in and out much further, and it was all related to this. You don't really have to find that, although that was a really good and far more in-depth video. I didn't just focus on money's need for speed like I'm going to here. I'm finding that my income, obviously, if I take more offers that are smaller, I'm going to make more money, but it's more than just that. It's not a phony thing. It's not that I'm making more money, but really I'm just making less money faster. That's a good thing than making more money over the long. First of all, you don't know when the next offer is going to come in. You have no idea. You might lower the price and then it's no longer in demand. You don't know. Doesn't matter. If you've got the bird in the hand when it comes to money and speed, take it. There's an old adage that said, anytime someone puts a $100 bill in your hand, immediately make a fist. And the idea is take that money. So I want you to be more generous to your buyers. Now, don't take any losses. Don't even come close to taking too little for anything that you sell. But what did I just say? I might want to rephrase that because I want you to keep this in mind. I said, don't even think about taking too little. I want you to think about taking too little, just a little too little, okay? Don't take too little where you can't run your business, or someone, especially on an item that might be in more demand, but even on those, I want you to get your money moving. I want you, if you paid $3 for it at a thrift store and you can get 12, someone makes you an offer of 12, but you see them selling for $16, $17 here and there, you might want to take that 12. That's not a terrible profit. You're looking at about $10 profit plus a little bit. Hopefully you'll make a little bit on shipping, maybe at least enough to pay for your supplies. And you're going to bang down $8.50 to $10 of profit on that item. And that gives you $8.50 to $10 to buy something else to plug into your business, or just to keep your momentum going. Maybe you don't need money to buy new inventory. Maybe you've got a huge death pile and you don't use your income to buy inventory. What a great place to be, right? Most people in this group find, if they've been watching the sourcing videos, and if you're fairly recent to this group, go look at the earlier videos. Anytime that we talk about sourcing, you're going to be amazed at how easy it is to find products to sell on eBay, especially. Items are just too easy to find, to make money on. And so you may not need the money to plow into your inventory. Don't let that stop you. eBay is not your bank, okay? eBay is not your investment. eBay is a place to turn money fast. That's all it is. It's nothing more than a place for us to turn money fast. It really is. There's no other way to look at it. And the faster you turn your money, the more sales you're going to make. And guess what eBay does? If you have a lot of sales, eBay rewards you with more sales. Once your sales catch up to your daily listing, try to increase your daily listing by 1 or 2. Okay? Don't increase it by 10. You're going to have a hard time keeping that up. But increase your daily listing, go slowly over time as your sales increase. Get that money coming faster. I think on individual days, I've talked about throttling. I think eBay throttles every seller. I think by the time you've made generally the sales that you generally have shown eBay that you can handle, eBay will pull back some, give you a little lower search engine rank, and your sales will slow down. Now, you still may get more sales in one day than normal because there might be far more people looking for certain things you have. And even though you're lower in the search engine, you might be one of the only few sellers selling those items that day. So there are days that you've sold more than you usually sell, dollar-wise or number-wise or both. I think eBay uses a combination there. And you still get 19 more sales. It's just happenstance. That's not generally happening every day, is it? But once you start getting sales, and I think eBay starts with sales pretty early, you should list your items that you list every day as early in the day as possible. And probably shipping should be done first, because if there's a problem with shipping, your car breaks down, you can't get to the post office, or your label printer doesn't work, or something's going on, you want all day to solve that shipping problem because you've got to get packages out today. So your shipping comes first, but the very next thing you should be doing is listing. I think the earlier in the day you list, I think the earlier in the day eBay starts bringing us sales. I only know that anecdotally. I can't prove that. I've never heard eBay say that, but it really seems to be the case. We get sales faster if we list earlier in the day. And I think that the more sales that you start getting in, I think eBay starts ramping that up. And haven't you noticed that if you've been listening early in the morning, You know me, I'm early to bed, early to rise. The only thing good that Ben Franklin ever did was that saying, early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. I think that's probably true. I think he happened to hit on something true. That's one of his really bad things that he invented. Everyone just says, oh, Ben Franklin, he was such a great American hero. No, he wasn't. Also, he gave us the library system. I like to say LIE, the library system. It's a horrible system. First of all, it's a socialistic system. You should never pay for other people's book reading. Why is that some lofty thing the government does? That's nothing lofty. The library system, and they just have horrible, horrible books, especially for children. That's a horrible system and was from the beginning because taxpayers should have the freedom to not pay for something like that. And you walk in any library in America, no one's in there. There's hardly anyone in there anymore, right? No one ever goes to the library. And if they do, they're all on the computers. And this has so much to do with my topic, right? But the third thing Ben Franklin did to us was he gave us the United States postal system. Oh, what a hero. They're just such a great service, right? Oh, they're just so great. So great. They do so much for so little. Okay, back to this. Early to bed, early to rise, that's me. And I get those listings done. And I find that by the time I get listings done, I'm getting sales. I don't think that consistency is coincidence. I don't. I think the earlier in the day you list gives you more of the day to sell for that day. I think eBay throttles on a daily basis. And I think eBay gets your sales out of the way early. If you list, I don't know. I just think there's something there. It's just me. I can't prove that. And it's not science. It's just what I have experienced. And that's nice because I also find I get sales once I've hit my general daily sales numbers, whether that's the number of items I'm selling or the dollar amount, whatever sort of comes first. eBay sort of, I think, kind of looks at both. And with a longer day ahead of me, after I get my general sales quota for the day, which is not fixed in stone, but it's general, I find that with the longer day that I listed real early, I find that I get a sale or two or three or four kind of trickle in later throughout the day. And I think if I listed midday or afternoon, I don't think I would notice those trickle in. I don't think there's enough of the day left for me to get those. Just food for thought. What this really focuses on is money's need for speed. And once your account gets energized and once you become a top rated seller and you're really going well, you know that whenever you whenever you look up comps, you generally take the higher end of comps because your account can manage that. I think that's still wise to do, but I think you ought to I might start dropping prices a little bit faster because I want more sales. And I find that it doesn't matter that I could have waited and gotten more. I make more money. And I think that more sales produces more sales. I really do. Once you start proving to eBay that you can handle the shipping and everything, eBay starts rewarding you more and more. And I think that's for an early seller as far as an advanced seller. I think someone that sells 150 items a day, I think that also applies. The earlier in the day they can do their 150 listings, I think generally they will get more sales throughout the day than if they list at 3 p.m. So I want you to primarily focus on offers you get and whenever you send offers. Remember, I tell you, send offers first thing in the morning. I tell you to do everything first thing in the morning, but I practice what I preach. I'm shooting those offers out about 4 p.m. every single day. I realize not all of you will do that. That's fine. But whenever you get up, as fast as you can get to your computer, send all offers that you can send. Because remember what that does. It keeps other sellers from being able to send those buyers offers for like 3 days or 5 days or something. eBay does not spam buyers. So eBay, once you send an offer to somebody, no other seller can send them an offer for a while. eBay doesn't allow that. I like to monopolize other sellers. I like to beat other sellers. I like to wipe them out if I can, because this is food on my family's table, right? It is war, financial war. I'm not doing anything illegal. Neither are you. This is financial war for the saving of your family, right? For your children, for the food on your table, for the gas in your car, all of that costs so much these days. This is war. Do you want to win it or not? If you do, you want your money to work as hard as you can. And that is speed up your money. Make the sell through faster. Take slightly lower offers than normally. And what you're going to find is a month or two, you're going to go, wow, look at that income. Look at those sales. Wow, look at our bank account. We're making so much more money. You will make so much more money. Trust me on it. Try it for 2 months. Trust me. Take lower offers a little bit. Take as low as you want. I don't mean drop a little bit. Hey, if you're asking 30 and someone offers you 15 and you paid $1, I'd probably take the 15. You're just going to be stunned at what your bank account looks like if you do this for a while and you're simply following rule number money loves speed.